That concludes end of year 4. So let's get into some reminders for CalPADS activity that can be done now. So between fall 2 and the opening of the end of year deadline, CalPADS work continues. During this period, LEAs should regularly update student data in the local student information system and in CalPADS. During this period, LEAs should resolve anomalies before the start of the testing window, and LEAs should prepare and test students with the summative LPAC, California Assessment for Student Performance and Progress, or CASP, and the California Science Test, or CAST. Your special education data coordinator and special education staff should be monitoring students with disabilities. It's imperative that special education students receive the appropriate accommodations and are in the correct setting. Reminding them to monitor reports may facilitate overdue meetings for students in need within your LEA. And this is an example of providing actionable information that exhibits data leadership, which is a skill that is highly developed in successful LEAs. Okay, we did say that the ODS cohort poll will be happening on August 15th, and cohort reports are running. LEA should identify the current year cohort students and verify their outcomes prior to the snapshot if possible. While many graduates are not reported until their exit reason and completion status are reported, students may be incorrectly identified in other categories now. And in particular, students removed, other transfers, and dropouts are often misidentified or miscategorized. And so those determinations or misdeterminations can be identified now prior to the beginning of the snapshot on May 7th. Let's go ahead and wrap it up now with a summary of the session and some resources and support. So in summary, I guess our first line item here is, that's a bold orange font. It says submit data now. It's like an exciting headline. All right, under that we have understand the processing method and the operational keys. Will allow you to submit targeted data and assist in troubleshooting. An early submission of end of year 1 data will allow you to verify completer to pathway mapping and ensure a good alignment for your CTE completers so that you won't get errors for CTE misalignment. You should ensure that school-wide programs are certified in CARS to overcome the biggest impediment of EOY2. And if you do reach out to your business office and get that CARS certification done prior to May 7th, it is very, very realistic and a nice quick win for you to certify EOY2 early within that first week of the opening of the window. We have our next bullet. It is again, it's in orange and it's bold, and it says submit data now. Starting to sense maybe a theme here. Next bullet, EOY3 is the single largest data collection, yet every file type other than the student absence summary can be submitted in advance of the snapshot running. And so please do submit your EOY3 data now if at all possible. Approve end of year 4 early so that your SELPAs have time to review reports. Remember, SELPAs typically wait to review LEA approved reports. So the earlier you're able to LEA approve your EOY 4 reports, the earlier the SELPA will be able to approve. And LEA approval plus SELPA approval equals certification for EOY 3 and EOY 4. EOY 1 and EOY 2 require only a single level of approval with LEA approval. Next reminder, CalPADS work is constant. The data submission is required for testing. That's CASP, LPAC, and CAST testing. It's also required for cohort data and for students with disability monitoring. So for that reason, it's a good idea to get your data in as early as possible. Next reminder, CSIS and the CDE will be monitoring whether LEAs are error-free by July 12th. That is the critical milestone that we're going to be on the lookout for this year. So final orange bold bullet says submit data now. So in keeping those orange bullets in mind, what's the key point? That's right, Alec. That's the key point, submitting data now. All right, so please do, if at all possible, look at those pre-snapshot activity slides, look in the CalPADS user manual, in the EOY reporting roadmap for pre-submission activities and strategies. And please do start submitting data now. We find that an early start is often a make or break factor in LEA success in reporting high quality data by the deadlines. CalPADS end of year training registration is now available in Bridge. This session is the first live session for end of year, but the live trainings will continue through May. Training has been offered earlier this year than in past years in order to support and encourage an earlier submission from LEAs during the EOY submission window. Just to reiterate, stay current with training and development materials, documentation and guidance, as well as flash communications. The CSIS LMS, Bridge, the CSIS YouTube training channel, the CalPADS user manual, and the CDE webpage for CalPADS system documentation, as well as the CSIS website, are all fantastic resources and locations to find support. The CSIS YouTube training channel houses all of our training recordings, including our orientation and basics, data population, reporting and certification, advanced, and skill building courses. If you need to submit a support request, the CalPADS web form is the fastest way to reach out and talk to the service desk. The web form is located under Help in the web portal. There are service request links in the CalPADS user manual, and you could submit a service request through the CSIS website. In addition to the web form, you can email or telephone the support desk, but please be aware that email and telephone support are not instantaneous, and the web form is the fastest way to obtain support. However, regardless of how you contact the support desk, we will assist you. Please be aware that there is a CSIS FICMAT listserv, which allows you to communicate with CalPADS professionals, whether they be other LEAs, the CSIS Client Services team, or members of the CDE. This is a two-way form of communication and adds great value to your support because LEAs using similar local systems can resolve problems related to those systems by direct communication. Also be aware of the CDE listserv for CalPADS. Important and timely communications are provided to LEAs through the CalPADS listserv. Please take the time to complete our training survey. Your responses assist us in improving our trainings. We review these surveys on a regular basis. And in fact, due to LEA suggestions, we've recently added more visual aids and demonstrations into our trainings. And we thank you for your feedback. And we thank you for attending the end of year primer presentation.